Welcome back, casuals.
Woo! Let's get motivated.
They carried me out and then just launched me like a little javelin.
Who do you think you are? I
Am I back?
Welcome back, casuals. We are actually back because it's been quite a while.
Probably one of the
feels
biggest.
like for ages.
Probably one of the biggest spells, since we started.
Yeah, definitely.
6 weeks or something, you said?
Yeah,
Is that
we
how long it's
haven't-
been? Yeah, because we had so much shit on. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I've been super busy. We haven't caught up since the Gold Coast. This is actually the first catch
Yeah.
up since.
Yep. Which is what, a month ago, I guess. Probably. Yeah.
So we recorded probably 5 weeks ago.
Yeah. Right.
But I know we're a bit late to the party. But
Do the old recap.
yeah, we might recap our
Podcast
trip to
Royale.
the Gold Coast and the podcast Royale and
Fucking ripper weekend down in the Big Smoke.
yeah, it was good. Like I think I said I hadn't been to the Gold Coast in about 8 or 9 years.
I hadn't
so-
been to Gold in ages, man.
Fuck, it was
same
good
deal.
fun, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's such a good place down there. Finally seen how much that beach got fucking eroded, eh?
Yeah, that was
was it-
crazy.
Was it
You
proper
seen it?
fuck?
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
it's a big drop off, man. And they got one dredge, I think, where they're just dredging sand out from like 100 meters and just trying to slowly
Yep, bring it back.
replace it. Yeah,
it's pretty
It's a
fucked.
pretty big. Obviously, people are still going on the beach and shit. And the entrances, you can see it's just like people have made little ramps from foot traffic. But yeah, it's a big drop off.
Wait, how cool is it to go onto a beach with nice sand and just that squeaky sand?
White,
like
squeaky
it-
silicon sand.
Instead of that grainy shit we
Instead of the Burdekin river sand. That dusty up. Rubber. No,
No,
that was
so
awesome.
it was an awesome trip. I went down on the Thursday.
You went down early, that's right. Yeah.
When I got there, I pretty much, good old Jetstar was delayed again. So
How long were you delayed for?
almost an hour.
Yeah,
So I
that's
sort of had it planned where I'll get in, catch the train to Gold Coast, go to the room, chill out for a bit because I had to do that walkthrough of the venue with the hard
Yeah, with
yards
the hard
lads and
yards
stuff
boys.
at 2:00. I got to the Gold Coast after sitting on that fucking poxy train for ages and stuff at 1:50.
Oh, just in
So
time.
luckily where we were staying was an awesome location.
Yeah,
Like,
where we stayed pretty much was exactly across the road from the convention center.
you could see it, and it's like 30-second walk.
Yeah, yep.
So I quickly dropped my bag at reception, grabbed a fucking sub, and went across the road.
oh, big old lad.
And I hadn't eaten.
That
fucking-
train takes a while, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, proper slow.
And what I did, you can catch it to Helensvale, I think, and then get a tram, which pulled up right out the front. But I'm like, fuck that. That was an extra,
Yeah.
probably 40 minutes. I jumped in
yeah.
an Uber
Yep.
at the next station and
Punched it there.
yeah. Anyway, we did the walkthrough, which was cool. The boys fucking did a little weigh in and stuff like that. But it was cool to see the venue like empty, walking around, and I forgot half the shit that they said.
Yep.
There was a lot of information, but I suppose it worked because going to the fight night, it's probably one of the most well-run events
Production
I've
was
ever
insane.
been to.
Production was phenomenal.
I've been to a lot of boxing
Yeah, well,
events
you would
at
know.
all different levels,
You'd know,
and
yeah.
but it started there, like getting everyone to walk through and like just giving them instructions and everything they knew where people needed to be, what they had to do,
Yeah.
sort of thing.
Yep. Yeah, they
But
did
then,
amazing.
the walkthrough finished, and there was like probably a 45-minute break till the press conference. So
Yeah.
we were meant to go across to the casino for the press conference, but I messaged the boys, Chinny and BG from fucking Almost a Man who we were staying with, and it's funny, because we haven't actually met the lads. Yeah. Like we've been talking for like probably 12 months.
Yeah.
But haven't actually met them. So I messaged them when the walkthrough was finished. Oh, I'll come over to the room, see him on the street, like big cog. It was
Yeah,
mad.
it felt like we already knew him, eh?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
fucking mad actually meeting them.
Yeah.
But then we ended up at the room just having beers. And we're like, we should probably start going. What's the time? Yeah, we should probably start heading over to the press conference. And then they got word that there was a big line up and it was fucking busy. So we're like, we'll give it half hour, then we'll head over.
Next
Oh,
minute,
we'll give it another half
sink of
hour.
beers.
Yeah, next minute we just settled in fucking having like beers at the room.
Fuck yeah.
Then we rock up like an hour and a half late, probably, an hour and a half late. The thing's finished.
All done.
It's like they were still kicking it in there, like drinking and stuff, but everyone had gone pretty much. So yeah, we wasted the press conference, just kicking back, having beers.
Fuck
But then
yeah.
we fucking ended up at some random hotel room at the casino that Thursday night with this bunch of lads from like Jimboomba or some fucking place. Like just, it was good to meet a lot of people over the weekend, and
There was a lot of friendly fellas down there. It's fucking
everyone
awesome.
say they just
Yeah.
come to the room, have beers.
Yep.
Well, I don't have beers. Can I have one? Yeah,
Actually,
just stealing beers
Yeah,
off them.
that was one good thing about the weekend. The amount of like sort of blokes that were there.
Yeah.
No confrontation, nothing.
Yeah,
Everyone,
yeah.
And a fight. You go into a fight night,
Oh.
and every cunt was just chill.
And a lot
everyone
of
was-
good ways, like a lot of bogans and a
Yeah,
lot of
yeah.
fucking country people, some rough looking people getting around.
Proper rough lids, left, right,
but
centre.
yeah, awesome
Yeah,
atmosphere.
honestly,
like,
actually,
no,
everyone was pretty friendly.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was Thursday. We didn't kick on too hard. Well, I didn't. The other
Yeah.
boys did a bit, but
Yeah, they're animals.
yeah, I went to bed pretty decent time.
Yep.
Little bit. I wanted to lead into a question before we get to your arrival and the Friday, which was big.
Yeah.
The Thursday, not that big, but I would have had fucking 12, 14 drinks. So I was the next morning okay, but not, I woke up and went for a swim. But that Friday, when you rolled in, it was fucking drizzling rain,
Oh, bruh.
windy, freezing cold.
Yep.
So I'm
weather
going to
was-
put it out there that the best hangover cure is a cold swim, like ice cold water. What do you reckon? What's your?
I don't get hangovers.
Don't you?
I don't know. Maybe I don't drink enough, but I've
Yeah,
never had
you
a
definitely
hangover.
don't drink enough.
You don't drink enough for sure. But yeah. Sure, you don't get hangovers.
Never lost. Oh, I've lost my memory once, and that was like when I was 18. Yeah, but
Fuck, man.
That's good.
I don't know. I reckon.
I remember every.
he's
But the
smart.
funny thing is, I remember what every silly cunt did that night, and I got to tell them.
I don't know. I think you're like swimming in a cold creek.
Yeah,
It's fucking pretty
Oh,
good.
fuck, it was good.
I think best hangover. It's hard to say because fuck. Is there a really? Usually you're feeling fucked no matter what. I reckon you never come back. Actually, I reckon best hangover cure I've experienced is when you just get up the next day and you have shit to do.
Just yeah,
Like I notice that when you're
Yeah.
backpacking and you wake up early, you got to go on a tour or some shit. You got to go look at the fucking whatever it is, Leaning Tower Pizza or some fucking got to go to fucking do something.
yeah.
That's a pretty good hangover cure because you're too busy to think about your hangover.
Nah, fuck.
I think
I've done some tours.
lounging around the next day.
I think we just spoke
makes you feel
about it.
worse.
Like I've done some tours just where I feel like absolute shit. It didn't make me feel any better getting up and doing it.
But usually by the end of the day, you're like, nah, I'm good now.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Even when I'm half decent, I don't want to do that shit.
yeah. I don't want
Yeah,
to be
you're a
busy.
slack ass, but
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's not a good gauge because I wasn't
I'd agree
fully
with
hungover.
I'd agree with hoops with a
but I
cold
was,
swim.
yeah, cold swims up there definitely.
swim.
It was fucking nice. BG ended up joining me. He was out and about. He's a fucking machine, man. Them lads just drink and daybreaked it like every night.
Yeah, they drank all night. The Mad
But then
Dogs.
I woke up at probably 7:30 on
Yeah.
that Friday. He's
Yep.
already gone somewhere.
Up and doing shit.
And then
he's been up drinking
yeah,
all night.
he met me back at the room
Yeah.
or at the pool, and we had a swim. And
Yep.
I reckon that kickstarted me for the Friday. And
Freshen
then
you
from
up.
there, felt good. And
Because
then
Friday was cold and rainy and torrential rain.
yeah, proper.
Like proper torrential rain.
So yeah, I was kickstarted then in the morning, and then waiting for lunchtime when you rolled in.
Yeah, I flew on to Brizzy.
12?
One of my mates, P. Kit, shout out. He was keen as to come down and get on the
Pete
beers.
was fucking.
Yeah, he's-
he was best on ground too. The Friday.
Man of the match. True. Yeah, no, he's just an animal. Loves the piss. But yeah, we road tripped down, and but when we got in, it was pissing down. And you boys were already at some pub.
Squire. So we
Squire.
had planned.
You and your mates.
Apparently, everything was starting at the Broadbeach Tav at 11 o'clock. It was the only place on the Gold Coast where you could sell alcohol because it was Anzac Day.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You had to
that's
buy
right.
a meal
Yeah.
though. So we were like, I will go there at 11. Similar thing happened to the night before where we got settled into the room having beers.
Yeah, classic.
And we got there probably 11:30. We got a seat, but fucking hell, the line up to get food,
Yep.
because you had to get food to get drinks, was too big. So we sat there for, I think, 10 minutes and then went down the road
To the Squire, yeah.
trying to find places because I'd met, by that stage, I met my mate Kieran and Sam,
Yep.
and we found a place just down the road called the Lucky Squire or something, which was nice.
Yeah, that's right.
hey?
It's pretty much James Squire, that beer. It's
Yeah.
pretty much their pub.
Oh, I think I know that place.
It was
Yeah.
good, bro.
They had all different beers on tap, and the food was actually, the feed was awesome.
Yeah,
I had
but the
good-
timing was good because
chicken
we
bagger.
had literally only been there probably 20 minutes, and then you and Pete rolled in.
Yeah, then we rolled in,
So
got a feed.
vibes were high.
the beers was going down.
yeah,
Nice,
vibes
eh?
were high. The drinks were good. The
Friday
the
night fever, always, eh?
Feed was fucking nice.
Yeah. So
And then we settled in there for a good while.
fuck, what did we even do from there? Went back to the motel, got
yeah,
beers, went back
so
to the
we
motel.
waited because it was pissing down.
Yep.
We just waited for the smallest little break and then
Yep.
went back to the room.
Yep.
And then we fucking
Got
pretty
some
much
beers,
sat
went back
around
to the
there.
room, played that little Spotify thing where you got to add a song around
That's
a circle.
right. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I've been doing that a bit lately. So like the alphabet game. So how many? There was like 8 of us.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
There was a good crew of us. So I start at A. I got to put a song in queue because you know how you can start jams on Spotify and the other people can just join the jam and then queue up songs. So I got to put a song on that starts with the letter A. Kev has to put a song that starts with the letter B, C, D, E, and then you just keep going around until you get to Z.
Yeah.
So fucking, that was good.
Yeah, some classics.
I think
bro.
Sam won that.
Yeah, a few bangers.
So like, and then you wait for the people. The best thing is you wait for people's reaction when you know your song's coming up. When it starts, you're like looking around, seeing how they react. And I know Teenage Dirtbag was one for T, but he had another good one too.
Oh, I can't remember. I just remember I put metal on.
That's the best thing about it though, because
You get everyone's
there's so
genres.
many different genres. It's not all one thing.
Yeah,
But-
I think of the first few, because it went around a few laps, I think the first one I put like classics.
Yeah,
and then the
yeah.
last one I was like, I'm going something out of the park. You put some metal on, North Lane or something.
Wait, who put this on? What legend put this on?
Oh, this one's a banger, bud. Who put this fucking banger on? This is a banger.
put this on?
Yeah, that's a fucking fun game. Anyone out there, jump on it.
Yeah, fuck
Fucking-
yeah.
It's a
Then we
good
sunk
game.
them, and then we went to the Broadbeach Tav, was it?
Yeah, went to
That's
the
where everyone
Broadie
was.
Tav.
Seen the Hard Yards boys there.
Yeah. They were fucking struggling too because
Oh.
they looked like they were fanging for a beer.
Well, they had to
Because they were
fight.
fighting
So they
the
had
next
to fight.
day.
Was that
Yeah.
the fight night?
Yeah, it was
No,
the
this
night
was
before
Friday.
the fight.
Yeah.
The boys got up at the night after,
Yeah.
but they had, because imagine that I would have been. There'd be so much sort of nerves there.
Yeah,
eh?
sitting in the pub
Sitting
on a
around,
Friday arvo.
having
when-
a deal with people, having
Yeah.
a talk. You just be like, "Fuck this! I just want to kick back." But yeah,
So yeah, we hung out there for a bit, but
and
then
we had a big
fucking,
night. It was
our
fucking. It was
mate-
torrential raining.
Sam and Alex,
Yeah.
they were fucking still
They were
kicking it
fucking
around
good
with
fellas,
us.
eh?
Yeah.
They were fucking
They were
animals.
mates from school. I told the story that
Yeah.
you hadn't like so that you could piece it together. I told the yarn ages ago, early podcast, Dev, the two lads who bought Flight of the Conchords and buried
yeah,
it.
buried it,
So
yeah.
we met both of them.
Oh, yeah,
they were
that's right.
drinking
Yeah,
with us
that's
on
right.
Friday.
So you met Isaac.
Yeah, and then another
No,
mate.
no, Sam.
Oh, no, his
brother,
brother, that's
yeah,
right,
yeah.
And then we met one of their other mates who was spent time in the army up here.
Yeah, Alex.
Who used to live in Townsville. Alex.
Shout out to Isaac though.
Yeah, shout out to Isaac.
Isaac.
But we
Sammy,
got
Alex.
getting rowdy. They were fucking good fellas. Then
Yeah.
they took us to that local spot. We went to the Broadbeach Tav.
We were there for a while, but then they're like, "Oh, we'll go to the next suburb over,
Yeah.
Nobbies or something."
Some bloody thing.
Actually, I wrote it down.
and it was like this. It was like the White Horse of the Gold Coast.
the Bine, Bine. It was
Yeah, the
called.
Vine. It was like the White Horse of the Gold Coast. Like this tiny little pub.
Yeah, tiny.
Little hole in the wall.
Yeah, literally.
On the street, and you walk in, and it was chockers. But good vibe, eh?
Fucking
Everyone
good. It was
dancing.
more
wicked
like-
live band.
Yeah, dude. No, it wasn't.
was a
like,
DJ with
it was
a bass.
The DJ
True.
had a bass,
Yeah.
just killing it, bro.
Yeah, he was
Fuck
playing
yeah.
music, but then he was just doing bass lines over
Yeah.
the top. Slap at a bass, man.
Yeah,
That was
sick too.
fucking
Just
awesome,
like, but it was more like more of a laid back surfer groove type
It
style.
was,
Hey,
yeah.
like the place was
It was, but because it was Anzac Day, there was obviously like the sort of people around in suits wearing fucking the medallions and all
Yeah.
that sort of shit.
Yeah.
But no, it was a good vibe. Old Pete was just having the time of his life.
Oh, he'd come up, have a drink, then just disappear for half hour, then come back, have another drink, disappear. Like
Just
he
like going walkabouts all the time, eh?
he was just talking to everyone. eh? And then we ended up fucking leaving like
We went back to the. I don't know why we left there.
Yeah, we shouldn't have. We went back to the Broadie.
But even your mates are like, I remember when we were walking out, your mates are like, Kev, what
Yeah.
the fuck are you doing?
Well, when we eventually got back to the room, it was like 1
Early.
o'clock, I
No,
think.
it was early,
12:30.
bro. I think it was probably 12:30.
Yeah, 12:30ish, and they were texting us, "Oi, boys, come back!" And fuck, I was tempted.
Yeah.
I was really
It was
tempted
way
to go
better.
back.
All right, one thing that spun me out were those little country fellas we met.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. We went back to the Broadie. I think we might have had one drink
I
there,
was
but
telling
then
my
we're
mate
like,
about
"Oh,
it.
we'll go home."
Yeah.
But as we walk out, like we're on the corner, like fucking 20 meters away,
Yeah.
and this little group of like half Eshe looking
little
15,
little
16
surfy
year olds,
fellas,
like yeah.
Eshe surfies. Like you could tell they were Gold Coast locals, probably like 16, 17.
There was
something.
probably 5 or 6, or there was probably 3 or 4 guys, and they
Yeah.
each had a little girl with them
Yeah,
too.
yeah. It was all crew of them, but they, when you come out there, we're older people, so they wanted to
Yeah.
they wanted to talk to us.
Kev starts fucking stealing they had like a little goon bag.
Oh, that's right. They had a goon bag.
They're
I'm like,
walking
"Sweet
around the
there."
street with a goon bag. Kev's just stealing off them, sculling the fuck out of it.
But then they're like, one of them, I had boots and jeans, and one of them's like, "Oh, I like your boots, bro. I like your boots." And I was like to her, "But look at this cunt bagging me out about my boots." And then he's like, "No, I'm serious, G. I'm serious. They're cool, man. They're cool." And then what spun me out, they were like little surfer kids, but they were like, they wanted to be country.
Yeah, they were like, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they were full
Sell
stuff, and
out.
I'm like, oh, where are you from? Oh, you from cattle country? Oh, you ride motorbikes? You ride motorbikes? I'm
Yeah,
like,
real
yeah, bud.
interested, eh?
I was like, I got a motorbike, yeah, bud. And they're like, oh, like they were real interested, and it just spun me out because when I was younger, growing up in a little country town, I thought surfers were the coolest cunts, and like city, I thought that was cool. It's just funny how it's just done a big flip.
They're down the Gold Coast.
They're down the Gold
hanging
Coast,
down the
living in the
beach
coolest
with their
place,
little
on the
girlfriends and
beach.
stuff, and they're like, "Oh, you're from the country?" Like, he's wear boots and jeans.
Oh, that's cool, bro. Like, fucking, they've been listening to Morgan Wallen a bit. Yeah, they want to be country.
Well, I feel like that is the reason why
Yeah.
people love rodeos now, and
The
like
full
it's
country-
such a
'cause country's gone popular.
Yeah, country's so popular now.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, they were like, so
was
we
spinning me
we
out,
hung
eh?
out with them for a
Yeah,
little
they
bit.
were pretty cool
talking
for young
shit.
cunts just
But
running
then it
down
was
and
fucked because we left them. Right,
Yeah.
you little cunts, we're going.
Yeah.
But then literally 30 seconds later, one of them starts following us because they'd all
Got a dog him.
They all got a lift home and just left
True.
the cunt there.
Yeah. Poor
So
cunt.
he's
Did you
following
let him-
us. Yeah, he's
He just tagged along. He was a good young fella.
Yeah.
He's just like, yeah,
How young?
17 or something.
16, 17 maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, I shouted him a snack pack.
Yeah,
I was like, hey, you want a feed, bud?
He's
like,
following
"Yeah."
us through the streets home, and then this cunt, he's like half adopted him. "Yeah, come here, mate. What do you want?" Gives him a
You want a
big
Powerade
snack
too,
pack.
bud? You want a
Yeah.
Powerade too, bud?
Bought him a Powerade, a snack pack, and then we had a 10-pack each to take back to the room, and he's given him 2 or 3 drinks out of that. He's like, "Oh no, it's all right." He's, "Nah, take them, bud. Take them." We got a photo with him too.
Yeah, just
We're
offload him
standing
there,
up
bud.
there like
Put that photo up.
it was like Kevy's little adopted son.
My little son. I was like, I know what it's like to be with young and fucking have no money, bud.
Yeah, that was fucking funny as.
Yeah, but then we ended up having. We got back. By the time we got back, it was 12:30. We
Yeah,
crashed
so
out. We
we're
crashed
like-
out. The
I'm glad we did.
The almost the man boys just drank all night.
They were up till 7 the next morning.
Were they
fucking
fighting?
sinking?
Nah, they fought last year.
Yeah.
So they were making the most of this year.
Yeah, so then what we woke up game day or fight day.
Yeah.
And then what we do, went
Pretty,
out, got a feed.
yeah, pretty quiet
just the
morning.
usual shit.
And because they were starting so early, like the fights were starting, we had to be there
Yep.
at like 2.
Yeah, and then we had to meet up with the Hard Yard boys,
Yeah.
give them a little talk, which I'd never met them before. I'd actually watched them on YouTube before. The Cody Allen follow, he does those mad 4-wheel drives. You ever seen his YouTube channel?
Maybe.
He does mods to old bust-ass rigs and just
Yeah.
gets them run them. And yeah. And so I'd actually seen him, so it was kind of cool to meet him before.
Wait,
I've
how
actually met him.
mad was it that they told us? Oh, I don't know if we should mention it actually because I don't think they've put it out there.
Oh,
About that
yeah, yeah,
thing,
true.
you
Yeah,
know?
that is pretty cool. Yeah.
They're gonna,
Yeah,
yeah,
that'd be
they're
hush-hush.
they're good lads, and they got some
got
pretty
big things on the
big
cards,
news coming up. I
which is
think. Or
good
some-
for him, yeah. But they're good fellas, man. And then obviously Hooper was their trainer, and which we went to that. We managed to get backstage passes, which
Yeah.
was awesome. We got to meet a lot of the other people from the
Yeah,
podcast.
we went back up at the room. We
Yeah.
met up with Jimmy and Maddie.
Old Jimmy Judge come along.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, Jimmy.
Maddie from the
Big Jimmy was
I
there,
think it's
yeah.
Meraki podcast. or something.
Miracle
Yeah,
podcast.
How,
Podcast, and he has
was
Tattoo
that,
join as
How
well.
was that back room? Were they all like tents and
No, so it's just like a big like fucking. There's two. They had the blue corner and they had the red corner.
Yeah.
And you just go in the back there, and there was just heaps of people from podcasts and that. Like,
Mm.
obviously, it was kind of cool. Like, I was half like a little fanboying on some of them, you know. Like, fucking, they had the uninspired, unemployed boys there.
Yeah.
Spoke to all them. They were so
Yeah.
down to
It was good because our
Tommy, like, I don't listen to a lot of Australian podcasts, so I'm a bit out of tune compared to Hoops.
Mm.
But like Tommy, the dude, the Alpha Blokes dude, he came up and like pretty much introduced. Like, he was so down to earth, real down to earth fella, right?
proper.
Yeah.
And I felt like our dressing room or the dressing room we were in with the boys, like everyone was in there.
Yeah.
All the
Yep.
main dudes.
Yep.
But yeah, we sort
William
of.
Powerfish was there.
oh, true?
Yeah,
Did he
he
have
was
his mask
there.
on?
Nah, he was there. Like they had fucking who's
Georgie
that?
Rose.
Who's
I
that?
was talking to Georgie Rose
Who's that
at
big
one
tough ringer
stage.
cunt? That big tough pommy fella again. I always forget his
Yeah,
name. For the
James
Bulldogs,
Graham.
James Graham.
Yeah, the Buy Round podcast.
Yeah, so they had a lot of people there. It was kind of pretty cool. Like,
Yeah, there
just
was
to-
heaps
Yeah.
of fucking people.
Yeah, most people were down to earth too.
I forget who. I was trying to write down some names because I forget. I was especially after because I didn't. You were having a couple drinks, but
Yeah, I was thinking them.
when I do corners, I
He
don't like
wasn't
to
drinking.
drink till afterwards.
Yeah, and they had all
then-
food and drinks there.
Yeah,
Yep.
Yep, they had better beer on fucking ice.
I felt like afterwards I was playing catch up a bit. So
Yep.
I ended up talking to a heap of people that I don't even really.
Who was that boxer
remember
fella
or-
from Georgetown or Normanton? Remember? Cairns
Oh
boxer.
yeah, Yungu.
Yungu,
Yeah,
that's him. He was a good fella.
Yeah, I sort of know him a little bit from like just Cairns. He used to train at a gym up in Cairns where I know the boys
Yeah.
from, and
Yep.
yeah, he's fighting pro down out of Brisbane now. So it was good to
Yep,
good
yep.
to see him. He was in the corner for I think the first
Trying to
fight
remember who it was.
that
Yeah.
the lad who fought in the first fight, Zach Palmas.
Yeah, okay. Yep, yep.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
that's-
it was Good event.
There were some good fights, and I think.
What if we might have to get the list up actually? 'Cause
Yeah,
I
whatever you
forget-
reckon.
I
I'll
forget
it all,
exactly.
dude, man. It's been that long.
Yeah, like
ago.
we
Do you
say,
still have
we're
the list where he's picked the fighters?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I wonder how
did
many.
you
We,
get?
I wonder how many. Do you ever face that up? See how many we got?
Oh, how many we got right? We should do that, eh?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, because
I don't know.
might have to
couldn't-
go back
because I
on
wasn't,
videos.
I wasn't here when you recorded that.
Yeah, that's right. That was one of the ones.
But
you
I was
didn't have.
watching it and I was like,
Yep.
man, I'd be. I'm
You're
a fan.
going-
I'm a fan of a Renee Gracie. So
Well, we might have to go. We'll go back and on
mate
that
reckons
she
same
won,
thing.
eh?
Yeah,
She
she
won.
won.
We'll go back on that one and see how many we actually got
we
right.
have. Yeah,
but
yeah.
like we're saying, we're a bit late to the party, but
Yeah,
fucking
we've been
tune-
scheduled.
I
If you
reckon-
don't want to listen, turn it off.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I reckon that, the fight of the night was Cody.
Yeah,
Cody and the little ringer fella.
Yeah, so the first fight was Zach Palmas from Proprietarian and Matt Brown,
Yeah, yeah.
and this was a fucking good way to start. This was really even fight.
Yep.
I think Zach ended up winning, but a lot of people thought Matt did.
Yeah,
I only watched this from backstage.
Yeah, actually, that's right.
So
That one could have gone either way.
I didn't see
yeah,
it.
I did
see it in person.
I do remember that. Yep.
But that was a fucking.
Then
good,
the second one was the
good
big
fight.
boys.
Yeah, second fight we got right. I know for sure.
That
Jeremy Lattimore versus Kyle.
They were big boys too. They were probably
Big
the
lads.
biggest boys of the night. I think.
But pretty
Yeah.
much went how we thought. Like
Yeah.
Jeremy just being that ex-professional athlete. And,
Yep.
You know, he's had a fight before.
Yep.
That Kyle is a legend though.
He's a good fella. Fucking
From,
oath. And he's a big fella.
Off-season podcast. I chatted to him a bit
Yep.
in the days leading in and
Yep.
like after the fight and stuff. He's a really good lad.
Yeah, yep.
And good on him jumping in.
Fucking oath.
Especially against someone with
It's
that
prior
little
experience.
like little bit of experience,
Yeah,
but
step
it's
up.
still experience. So fucking shout out to that lad. The next one was Big Brody from Now That's Dramas.
That was a good fight. That was a really good fight.
Him versus Bryden from We Don't Get Out Much.
I went out. That was the one I actually went out because for most of the first few fights, we were in the backstage just watching them on the TV. That one I actually walked out into the crowd and stood there with Jimmy, I think,
He was pumped
and
up,
watched that. And bro, that was a good fight. He ended up getting the finish
because
And then-
that Bryden was
and he
going
pumped
good
up.
early.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it was pretty even early.
Yep.
They were both landing shots. Bryden was doing okay, and then
Yep.
I think Brody just
Yep, just got to.
Yeah.
He was pumped up. He did
ended
well.
up overpowering
Yeah, overwhelmed him.
in the second round. I think he
Yeah, come good.
stopped him. eh?
TK, yeah.
Next one was Will from Now That's Dramas and Anthony from Pub Mo.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
one I felt bad about because we were obviously back in
The Pub MO boys,
Back in
North
Pub
Queenslanders.
MO
They're good
from
fellas.
Innisfail. But
Yep.
just that age.
Yeah, it's just fair enough, man.
Will got him with that sort of age and
Yeah,
fucking
Hats off
bit of
for him.
energy and stuff.
Hats off
But
for
same
him to
thing,
hopping in, eh?
Anthony was going well.
yeah. Look
early,
fit, look good.
But then I
Yeah,
think once he got one,
Once
it's
you get
hard to
cracked one, you-
recover when you
game plan goes out the window, kind of thing. Yeah,
But
yep.
that was a good fight. The 7-man blind fight. I fucking
Oh, so
didn't
for that
watch
se-
a
is
whole
that
heap of
good?
this.
So
Was
for the
that good?
7-man blindfold, they had them all blindfolded, and then they were like, before they had them all in the ring, and they were like, before they got blindfolded, they
that's
were like,
right.
oh, there's one more person who's been added to it. They
What?
sent out the dude who was in Renee Gracie's
Yeah, so
corner.
there was this dude in
Bro,
no, you should have seen this. There was a
what's his
dude in
name?
Renee's Gracie corner,
Biggest-
like in his team,
Probably the biggest human I've seen in real life.
like for the days in advance. Every time he walked into a room, people were like, "Holy shit!"
I
He
reckon,
was
like,
6'9".
tall and big.
I reckon-
He was 6'9". I remember him telling someone backstage,
Yeah, yeah.
6'9", head to toe in tattoos,
And just
jacked,
huge.
like on his Cocoa Pops, you know, like
huge. I
must have
reckon
been her security or
He looked like a WWE wrestler, man. But he was actually real down to earth too.
Yeah.
Real nice fella. I was
Yeah.
talking to him in the backstage, but probably one of the biggest humans I've ever
He
seen.
was
so
massive,
they're all just
bro.
before they put the blindfold on, they're like, we've got one more person added to the card.
Just to fuck with
This
him.
cunt walks out like the
shirt off.
Undertaker.
Yeah, literally shirt off. They walk out just to troll them, bud. Then they all put their blindfolds on, and I guess every cunt thought he was in
Yeah,
the ring.
they- so-
but they didn't. But they didn't put him in there.
Wait, I
They're
didn't
just
know
jamming
that
their
till
holes.
after. So I thought they like walked him out, but then told him, "Oh no, it's a G up." But they actually thought that he was
Yeah.
in there.
That's why they
That
were
is
winking
so
at the whole time
good.
in there.
They would have just thought of it on the spot when I seen
Yeah,
it. or
yeah,
something.
exactly. So
Fuck
that was
yeah.
only set up. I think they said Knuckles set it up.
oh, yeah,
so
that's funny.
because, like I say, for the Thursday, he walks into the thing with us. Cunts are like, "Holy shit!" Friday, like every day before, he walks into a room. People are like, "Holy shit!" You have to double, triple take at him. Like, is this a real person? So yeah, they come up last minute. Boy, this
fuck.
would be funny if we
Yeah,
G'd the
They
lads
did
up.
well. They did well.
It was
yeah.
so good, man.
It was an awesome production. One other thing they did is they had old mate who won the Dakar Rally. I forget his name. He gave out a KTM. Literally
true.
gave out a KTM.
He drove-
They rode it in around the ring and then gave it to a random seat.
Yeah.
A random seat, whatever your number was. Old mate won that bike, which Just fucking
apparently he's like a big time
pretty epic, man.
big time race. I'm out of the
I just
loop
think
with
it's.
that
I just
stuff.
think the production of Alpha Events or whatever.
Yeah.
Those they did it like you said, one of the best productions.
And just
you've seen.
like
they did
being
such a good
backstage,
job.
having Gibbo and stuff, who's another legend. Fucking talking to him, Gibbo from Two Flogs.
Oh, yeah,
he was the
yep.
one coming out
Yep.
getting people, but
Yep.
just having everyone having a job, saying, "Look, you're up. Be ready in 15 minutes. Oh, we're going to drag it out a bit now because of the stoppages. You got half hour." But then they'd come get you, come stand here. All right, ready to go through the curtain. Like everything was so well organized.
Yeah. Yep.
It was just like
100%. It was smick.
and the crowd, man, like
Well-oiled machine,
going
eh?
out, smoke, lights, music, crowd.
crowd
like-
were loud
Is this
as.
an annual thing? Like they do it every
Yeah, I
year?
think
well,
they
they've
do
done
it
it
every
last year and this year.
Kevin, you got to fight next year.
They're not,
I don't know.
They're not saying for sure if they're going to do it again, but
Yeah.
I'm guessing
I think
they're
it's pretty
making
good.
some decent coin
It's
off
if,
it.
I think
so-
they had a few streaming issues, which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
Like some of my mates couldn't get on the stream.
So that
Oh,
was
right.
done. That
Right,
was
which
done
is
by a different,
which is unfortunate
organisation.
because everything else was just so well oiled
Yeah.
and maintained so
Yeah.
perfectly. It's
Yeah.
kind of
So
but
that,
Oh, well, if,
That
at
wasn't
least
them.
for the people that were there, they got a good show.
yeah,
it
fucking
was,
oath, man.
it was unbelievable.
But then obviously Cody went out. Cody was
No, so
prepared.
the
Oh, no,
next
you
one
got
was the
next
other big fellas, Andrew Kirby,
Oh, that's
Buster,
right. Yep.
Buster and Aaron Gox.
Yep.
So
The big
Buster
boys.
was a bit he
Yeah.
sort of
He was a bit. I don't know.
bit overwhelmed, I think. Bit overwhelmed, and Goxie, but he flattened
Yeah.
him a couple of times, unfortunately. And he
then-
come out the back, and he was a bit upset, and probably didn't mean much. But I went over and had a little chat to him,
Yeah,
and
well-
just like you fucking got in there, man.
Yeah,
like
that's all that
anyone
matters.
who fucking jumped in and had a crack.
Yep.
But I think he had actually been boxing a bit and like expecting a bit of a decent match, whereas Goxie just rushed him.
Yeah,
so
true, yep.
which is hard. Like if you're expecting to sit back and use a bit of skill, and some cunts just rushing you, if you don't know how to handle that,
That pressure. Yeah.
that's pretty much what's going to happen.
Game over.
So,
Yeah.
so it's hard.
That was good. Then it was Cody, wasn't it?
Nah, the girls,
Oh, okay.
which I didn't see because this
Summer-
was the fight before.
Summer and
Cody's.
Renee. That was
I
Summer
didn't
and
really
Renee.
see
Yeah.
it.
Which was started off good, but then ended up like turning into a bit of a wrestle match.
Well,
Yeah,
from
that's what I
memory.
thought. I've seen a clip on,
Yeah.
on Instagram.
Yeah,
It was-
that's the only things I got got an idea about was from clips that I seen, and
Yeah.
she's like trying to do jujitsu with her and
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. I think. Yeah. I don't know what happened there. Because I was half zoned out too.
Mm.
'Cause prepping Gene up Cody.
But yeah, so I think she ended up getting disqualified. Summer
Oh, yeah.
and Renee.
Oh, did she actually?
Renee got the bickies
Yeah, Renee
there.
got
Oh, true. She got disqualified. Yeah, right.
But she looked like she actually put in a bit of effort and
Yeah.
was,
Yep.
didn't look too bad. There was a bit of blow up after, because she's obviously pretty popular. There was like news fucking articles
really?
and
Reporters there?
shit.
Oh, coverage.
shit.
A
No,
bit of
like
coverage.
it was on like the news and shit about
True.
that fight, and yeah, I think there was a bit of back and forth even after the fight finished, like words being said and
Yeah,
stuff
Roger.
like that.
Fair enough.
But yes,
Girls. Girls, man.
yeah. So yeah, next one was Cody versus Tyler.
That was Cody. That was
And-
Tylen's like a little ringer fella.
Fucking good
From
on
like-
him, man.
from
Like
like-
two,
from
he
like
got like
Bundy region.
3 weeks notice,
3
just
weeks
a big
notice.
big on YouTube, and
Yeah,
fuck, he was a
he's
top
big
lad
TikToker
too.
or something.
Really top lad.
Yeah, proper down to earth fella.
But
Awesome.
what we expected, just the hard cunt. Like
Hard
Cody
country
was
cunt.
snapping this cunt's neck back
Yeah,
with
true.
jabs.
You could see his hair getting flicked
and
back.
then he'd just start smiling at him.
Yeah, he'd smile and just kept coming forward. It was the fight of the night, by far,
true.
fight of the night. And it was just so, I'm thankful. Shout out to the Hard Yard boys for allowing us to be in their
Yeah.
corner and actually allowing me to come out and
Being
watch it
out
as well.
the back and stuff
because
was
that was
such
an
a good
amazing experience. And being right there with, like, on the corner, with you cornering him, like,
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
such a good spot to watch it from.
It was cool because
And
he
Cody did so
actually-
well. Just that jab. He went up with the jab.
Well, he said too that he actually heard me,
yep.
which was interesting
Yeah.
because hearing, like, listening back to a few other recaps, like, and it happens a lot. But
Because me and Kenny
all
were
the
yelling
fighters-
out too. Me and Kenny were yelling out too, like loud, but obviously he just
Yeah, but a lot of
zoned
the
in on
fighters
your
were
voice.
saying they didn't hear anything when they were in there. So it was good that
It was loud too.
I guess
Yeah.
maybe that's some of the work that we did, like in the lead up.
Paid off.
We had enough where he could actually listen to my voice and hear it, like hear instructions.
Yeah.
And literally all I told him to do was just spam the jab.
Yep. Which worked.
It was funny. I remember when them lads first started training with me, like for the first few weeks, Cody would just complain to me that his left arm is sore and his shoulder. He's like, I remember heaps punching the bag and he's like, oh, my shoulder's really sore. Just my left shoulder's sore. Just because I'm getting them to fucking pump.
Just work
like,
that one jab.
And it,
Paid off.
like we said, he won that fight just by jabbing him. Really.
Yeah.
Oh, true.
Landed some other good punches.
Just a piston down the middle.
in the
piston down
third,
just kept on cracking
in
him.
the third round, he got caught a couple punches.
Old mate
but
was coming
then
back in
come back strong.
Thailand was coming back
Yeah.
in that third round. He's
Yeah.
coming back a bit strong.
but fuck, it was good. Like both of them well
also,
done.
Cody's fight IQ was pretty good because his head movement.
Yeah,
he was moving
yeah.
his head. He was circling it. Like he
Yeah.
did pretty well to
I
stay
think
with
just
it.
being relaxed enough
Yeah.
too, and maybe that's why he was able to listen to me. But
Yeah.
not being too tense and just relax. And I told them, and I tell all my guys, you can dictate the pace of a fight with body language a lot of the time.
Yeah.
And I think that's maybe, some of them other fights where someone comes out and they're real keen and then they just start rushing.
And they get burnt out.
Then the other people will do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, I was expecting Thailand to maybe do it because he hadn't had a heap of training and, just a rough little country lad.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping that Cody going in with that really relaxed sort of thing and just boxing, working off the jab, they mimic that a lot of the time.
Oh,
Whereas
you
if he
set the pace.
if he went out and was like this, then they're going to match your energy and do
true.
that.
Yeah.
So no, he did the game
Stuck to the
the
game plan.
game plan, I suppose.
Yeah.
What we were
Yeah.
doing. Well, I told him to do it, but
Yeah.
it was good
Fair
that he
enough.
was actually able to do it. And fuck, he did well. And
He did
shout
well.
out to Thailand as well.
Tough country fella. Proper
Smiling
tough.
at him.
You know
just-
when someone's getting their head whipped back and you see their hair flick back? Get a little fringe thing going.
It was like when Sonny Bill smashed that fucking, what's his name from Penrith?
Yeah.
Just the hair and the
Proper,
sweat
but
going
that was,
everywhere.
it was a really good fight. The
Yeah.
crowd were loud.
And then straight
and
up,
then Bam.
Bam jumped in straight
Backed it
away.
up straight
And
after.
Thomas O'Donnell from We Don't Get Out.
Yep, and Bam was pumped. Obviously, when we were walking back, they were back to back. Like Bam was
Yeah.
coming out straight after Cody, and you could see Bam was obviously the nerves would be kicking in, but he
Mm.
was pumped. You could see that he was.
At the start, I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, it's probably not good that they're back to back. Like, I would have liked a bit more time to
But-
get him ready.
But in hindsight, feeding off that win probably
think
gave
it
him
would
a
have been-
spring in his step.
it might have been different if Cody didn't perform so
Yeah,
well and get the
exactly.
win.
He set the standard. He raised.
But I think
set
he
bar
had the
pretty high.
energy so up there. Bam was pumped up, and he just
Bam was
went out
pumped.
there like he went out there and just
pummeled him first round.
poor lad. He just he was a bit bigger than the lad too.
Yeah.
And he just pumped this dude.
But Bam did well too. I think he lost 12 kilos to train.
Yeah.
in
No,
that fight,
he
which
did
is a
really
a lot of weight, man. 12 kilos.
Fucking
fucking-
oath.
Yeah,
But I think
so
he dropped him 3 times.
he put in the hard
first
yards.
minute.
He put in the hard yards again. I've said that so many times.
Yeah.
Unintentionally keep saying it.
And he
Yeah.
was saying like he wasn't real happy because he didn't get to box or show any of the sort of skills that we were working on. But
Yeah.
the way he did set his punches up and then just fucking smashed him, like
Yeah.
I think he should be happy with fucking that.
Yeah.
And he got it done. No overtime. Like I'd rather do that than fucking have a 3-round
Easy
hard
win.
fight.
First round fucking
quicker
win.
time to have beers,
Fucking
which was
oath.
good because
and then the
we
boys
all-
obviously did get on the beer straight
Yeah.
after it. Yeah. And it's good seeing like old school like Cody and fucking Thailand coming over and yarning to each other after having a beer together. Well, Thailand's dad was a cool fella.
Yeah.
Proper old
Oh,
country
true.
fella. Yeah. I had a big yarn to him.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, he's fucking cool fella. But yeah, them having beers together after the fucking it's awesome.
Yeah,
man.
that happens at normal shows too,
Yeah.
but I think
It's
this
good,
is
eh?
just sort of amplified because people are in the same space.
Yeah, true. Yep.
And a
Just
lot
sharing
of
it a
lot
bit.
of networking going on and
Yeah.
and stuff. But yeah, it was awesome to be in them boys' corners and
Yeah, appreciate it. For
I,
sure.
I know they said they won't go again next year, but
Back them up, they will.
yeah, we'll see.
Who else was after that? Then it was all obviously
after that. This was a sick fight, bro. That Denny Grant and Rob Sutherland from Better Bloke.
Oh
You
yeah.
know the little. I seen this Denny fella warming up backstage, and I don't know how old he is. He looks a little bit older. You know the fella with the tattoos and stuff.
Oh yep. Yeah, he looked.
I
real,
seen
he
him
was
rolling his shoulders
he
and
was
stuff.
zoned
The
in,
way
eh?
he's warming up and he's rolling his shoulders and like moving.
He was proper zoned.
And I'm
in.
thinking this cunt has done a fair bit of training before.
Yep.
You can
Yep.
just tell the way someone shadow boxes. And
Yep.
he come out. That Rob had put in heaps of work, and he trained at All Star, I think, and was pretty well prepared. But that Denny he looked good, man.
Yeah,
he
yep.
looked quite good.
Yep.
And I think he just outboxed him
Yep.
for a decision. But that was a good little scrap. And then Tommy Dahl versus Oliver Fraser from Mayfield.
Obviously, Tommy had the crowd behind him.
Fuck, man, that crowd is unbelievable, eh?
Yeah, yep. The crowd loving
I
Tommy.
feel like it's crazy to think like he fought last year, but pretty much having your first fight, second fight, these guys walking out in front of a crowd like that
pretty cool,
is so overwhelming.
Just for first, amateur, none of them even fought before.
Yeah. So for them lads to get in there is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And I think, for guys like Tom, who he's 90, you dare say 95% of the people would have been there to see him.
Yeah, definitely. It's his main show.
He organises it, plus there's a team, but there's so much pressure on him.
Yeah.
But he was pretty calm at the back. He was pretty relaxed.
He's a down to earth bloke, man.
Yeah, it was
So I
cool.
appreciate
Like,
it.
like
Gave you the time of the day.
we're
Come
obviously
over and had a
pretty
yarn to you
small,
and
and
that,
we got nothing to do with any of them really. But
Yeah.
even in the days leading up, Thursday at the walk-in, he seen me and come over and had a chat. And Friday
What
on the
was the whole
Saturday.
event
and
for? Was it a charity fundraiser?
no,
Nah,
they just.
I thought it was originally, but I think it's just a thing they put on.
They just do it for fun.
Exhibition match
Yeah.
just between podcasts.
Who gets all the money?
the team who does it. So it's like Alpha Blokes, Two Flogs, and Knuckles.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, really? So
Yeah,
that
they
works.
have a little events crew, like
Oh, yeah,
Alpha,
cool.
Alpha
Alpha
Events.
Events.
And good on them because it would take a lot of work
Yeah.
to
yeah,
put
fucking
in
oath.
to put in and get that quality going.
Mm-hmm.
So fucking good on them, and they deserve whatever they get back.
Everything worked.
But a
fucking-
lot of pressure for
fine.
Tommy, and
Tommy got the win.
he boxed all right. He did.
The dude he fought
he
was
did
fucking
pretty
good. Did pretty well as well.
Yeah, he was a stocky little thing.
Yeah, he was. They were
Looked
fucking.
strong.
They're both solid fellas, actually. Yeah. Even Tommy, you don't realize he's pretty tank.
But fucking shout out to them boys. And we missed this one in our previews, but Liam Moore and fucking
Oh, because they announced it late. The uninspired, unemployed.
Yeah,
Is that the one? So
sorry, I'm gonna get the other
The dude from-
Hamish Street from Hello Sport and Liam Moore from Inspired Unemployed.
inspired, unemployed. He was
and
probably
Impractical Jokers.
He was probably Impractical Jokers. He was probably the slickest.
Fuck, he's good, man.
He's slickest boxer of all night. of
Really
all night.
good.
Yeah.
So for someone having his first, I actually spoke to his coach after. Like it was mad. Like
Yeah.
we were saying, everyone was around, but they were warming up from here to fucking the wall away.
Yeah.
Like,
As soon as he was warming up, we're like, holy shit, this dude can actually move.
Yeah.
Like he's actually a boxer.
and after the fight, I spoke to his coach and said, "This lad's had fights before, or what? Or he's trained." He said he's trained for 7 months, and that's it.
No
he
previous
said
fight.
he's said he's well ahead of where he should be, but shitting you not, he's only trained for 7 months. And I'm thinking, fuck, he's a natural. Like he's very natural.
And then someone did make a point. I can't remember who said it, but maybe because those boys are so, I don't know, who am I to say? I don't know, but I think they're doing pretty well for themselves.
Yeah.
He might have more time to train.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
But even then, he was just slick
Yeah,
on the pads. Slick as.
control
Yeah.
of distance with his feet and stuff like that was stuff that he was doing some things that I'm like, oh, that's why I thought he had fights before, like doing things that you probably shouldn't be doing in your first fight.
Yeah. Yep.
But it was cool as talking to them boys after.
really
and
down to
stuff,
earth.
Like
It's-
that Falcon and
Falcon,
all
they're-
them other lads.
funny.
Like,
Funny little. I didn't realize how like little they are.
yeah, well,
I mean,
but you're a tall guy.
Nah, but you know what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
I guess little and young they
Yeah,
are.
yeah.
If I can make you
Yeah,
realize
how
how much
old
of an
are
old
they?
cunt they are. They must be young as like
20,
early 20s.
mid-20s,
But that little short dude, he is the funniest cunt. Fucking, I don't even know all their names. But that little short guy is the funniest, bro. And he was so down to earth.
Yeah,
True.
talking to them was just like
Yeah.
this, having a normal conversation.
They're probably the people I've like fanboyed over the most because
Yeah.
I do watch their
Man,
videos
they
and
got
fucking laugh.
over 2
fucking
million
funny.
followers.
Yeah,
they're
they're
so
funny cunts.
popular,
So
man. They're so popular. But normal as. It was
Yeah.
fucking cool. I've actually been chatting to that Liam on Instagram a little
Yeah.
bit since then. And like,
Yep.
Tell him if he's ever up here.
I did.
Yeah.
I said, bro, if you ever, I said, not that you would, but if you ever come to North Queensland, we'll fucking line up a boxing session,
Fuck
catch
yeah.
up and whatever. He said,
Go
yeah,
for
for
a hit.
sure.
Let's go for it. Have you seen their clip where they
Yeah,
go
actually,
golfing?
they've been playing golf
and they
lately.
go,
Oh, true.
Yeah. No, oi, they've been playing golf a bit
Yeah,
lately
let's go
too,
for a
though.
hit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
fucking
fuck it up.
boys, come up to Townsville,
Fuck yeah.
play some golf, and get on the
Come on,
beers. and-
God's country, mate.
yeah,
We'll take Kevy out for his first hit.
Fuck yeah. Oh, I went golfing on Maggie Island last weekend, bro.
How'd you go?
Fucking
How
a
many
bit,
balls
a
did you
bit
lose?
better.
True.
Bit
Oh,
better.
did you?
Oi, one of my mates said, "Don't look up, just look at the ball the whole time."
yeah, we'll watch where it goes.
And bang, slogged
True.
it. Literally, it was like one of the last holes too. I was like, "Cunt, why didn't you tell me
Yeah,
that first?" But that one where you're up higher.
the
Yeah.
little past three.
Yeah, I think it is, and you slog it. It's just seen. It's a wicked
Yeah.
golf course, man.
Yeah,
eh?
it is. It's really cool.
fucking
It's,
epic, bro.
We've got to go for a round.
Yeah, I'm keen.
Maggie Island day
So,
trip.
who was after that? That one was
Then there was the main event.
Main event.
Brizey from
Brizey.
Deadass and
Who's
Andrew
it?
Hamilton.
Who's another nice bloke? Yeah.
Yeah, Brizey, fucking
fella.
top lad as well. He got the job done there. He
Good win.
Andrew Hamilton did all right.
Yeah.
Like he boxed
Yep, stood his
boxed
ground a little
okay, but I think Bryzy just a little bit of experience there and
Yep.
trained hard.
And then after that, we went to the VIP, went back to the motel,
Yeah.
sunk them, got up it, and then fucking met up with Jimmy and the boys, went to the
yeah,
VIP
they come
party.
back to the. Yeah, what did we do? We went back to the
Jimmy
room.
didn't do a challenge, did he?
Nah,
but challenge how many beers you can drink.
challenge how many photos you can get with people.
Oh man,
Oh, true.
fuck, he was
Poor
getting
fella getting
swamped, bro.
swarmed.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, man,
Poor
he
fella
was.
left, right and centre.
He wasn't, but he wouldn't. Jimmy's the type of dude that would say yes to
Oh,
us.
he's
Yeah.
the nicest dude ever, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking oath. Yeah.
But yeah, it's crazy to think like maybe it's just because that's the space that
lot of
that
people-
he's in.
Yeah.
So a lot of extra people know him, I guess. But
Yeah.
yeah, there was times where we're trying to talk and stuff, and yeah, there's people like sort of loitering around. You can tell they want to, and then I'm just like, come get a photo, mate. You know, like,
Yeah.
you know, it's
be
more.
shy. Don't be shy.
It's sort of more weird that you're there. You know, fucking malingering.
You should have just claimed it. Yeah, I'll take a photo with you.
Yeah. But yeah, it was cool. And his mate, that Von, you know, the
Yeah, that's
fucking
him. The artist.
the artist dude.
Yeah.
Fuck, he was cool. It
was cool fella, yeah.
It was cool talking to him.
Some
So
of the
his thing, the Blue Project, check him out. I think it's Von Delaney.
It looks
from
interesting
the Blue
as fuck,
Project.
man. Yeah.
Does a lot of stuff with mental health, and he
Yeah.
reckons he's got a Netflix documentary coming out next year.
Keen to watch that.
We were charging up with him
people,
Saturday.
like old mate Travis Fimmel, was it?
Yeah, so
He's got a
he
few people on that. Travis Fimmel
he
from Vikings.
paints all these famous Australians, and like interviews them as he does it, and he does some really good stuff in mental health. And yeah, it was interesting talking to him. He was a fucking really good lad.
Yep. You know who was cool? The owner or whatever, the fellow of Livin. You know the owner of Livin?
Oh, yeah.
He came out in between the fights. I don't know if you've seen it.
Okay.
And gave a little spiel
Yeah,
on the
righto.
microphone. And everything he said, I just thought, that's fucking awesome. Like
Yeah.
what that company's working towards,
Yeah.
like mental health and that.
They've been going
Yeah,
good while now.
They have
too,
been,
eh?
yeah. I thought that everything he had to say, I was like, that's fucking.
And it is good that they
Very well
that they
worded.
did incorporate that stuff
Yep.
into the show.
It is 100%. But yeah, then we had the VIP. One thing that was pretty good about obviously the VIP party is how many people were there and how well the alcohol flowed.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Genius. You were never waiting for a drink.
No, it was
You'll
good
never wait,
service.
which is-
Plenty of bars, good service. But how good seeing fucking the band again.
Oh, the
Luke Geiger,
man.
Fuck.
Fucking
So we seen
good
them at,
country cover band, man.
at the Elite Rodeo last year.
Fuck, they're good. They're
Man,
tight.
so good.
Yeah, 100%.
So he walked in and they were pumping tunes.
Yeah.
That guitarist,
Can shred.
fuck, he is good, man.
Can
He
shred.
was,
And they were playing bangers. All the songs they were
Yeah,
playing, was
yeah.
like, fuck, another good one.
Yeah.
Fuck, another good
Yeah.
one. But yeah, no, overall, it was a good night. It was a good fucking turnout. It was awesome. We drank some piss, but I don't know. The second night, we just couldn't seem to get as drunk. I think it's because we got the Friday night fever or
yeah,
something.
Friday was definitely the big night.
The big night, yeah. No, it was
But
good.
yeah, it was a great experience getting down
Good
there
turnout.
and like we said, finally meeting the Almost a Man boys, staying with them
Meeting those
legends.
mad cunts.
And
Fucking
and
units.
just talking to other people
Yeah.
across the weekend. And
Wait, when they come in our room and played that fucking song, I was half
Wait,
fucked up.
I
don't even
forgot
really
all
remember
about that.
Yeah, till
I
they
did not know about that till
Yeah.
they put put that little reel up. I fucking had no idea.
Oh, we must have been half charged up, eh? Just like when you clonk out hard when you
Yeah.
charge.
But
Yeah.
no, we definitely be back again if they do it again.
No, I reckon Lars will get him in the ring,
switching.
brother.
Yeah, so we can still have beers.
Yeah, bud.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
You be
We
on
want to
the
still have
mixer.
beers.
Rey Mysterio gonna mock some people up.
Manny Pacquiao. Do it for the Philippines.
Nah, no, no.
Yeah, boy. Fuck yeah.
But
No.
whether we get Kev or Lars on next year, we'll be down anyway.
I'll get tired
You'll have to
walking around
come
the
next
hospital.
time.
But no,
Hey?
Yeah, I'll
fucking
be keen.
Come down. For
definitely.
some-
Nah, shout out to the Alpha Blokes and all the podcasts. Almost a Man. It was a fucking
Yeah.
awesome production.
Yeah, awesome,
Really good
awesome
production.
setup. Well done to Alpha Events,
yeah.
Alpha Blokes. Shout out to everyone who was involved and
did
all the fighters.
Yep.
Good
Hats-
on you
hats off
jumping
to 'em.
up in there,
Yep. Takes
especially in front of such a big crowd, like we
Fucking
said.
Yeah, it would have been
That'd be
nerve wracking.
fucking scary.
Would have been nerve wracking, and it was so good. It was so good that, and shout out to Hooper, little coach over here. eh? 2 wins, 2 from 2.
2 from 2. And that,
Yeah,
I think that,
that
too.
lifted the vibe. That made the time so much better.
Fuck that
Yeah.
definitely lifted the spirits of
Yeah.
everyone and
Yep.
and
And they
fucking made
those
the
hard
beers
yards
flow.
fellas. It was good to finally meet. Like they're fucking good fellas. You know, they put in the hard yards and it paid off.
Yeah, but fucking plenty of good stuff happened down there, and keen to keep taking that.
Yeah.
You know, like just the little networking and stuff that we done, and
Yeah. Oh well, it's probably been a bit of a. If you're not into the podcast and that, it's probably been a bit of an average listen.
Yeah,
But,
because you probably, if you don't even know fucking about the
we're
fights
just
that happened or
dribbling shit
that,
and whatnot. But
wait for the next episode.
Wait for the next episode, and then we can talk some actual shit.
But yeah, like we said, we haven't fucking caught up since then, so we thought we'd just quickly brush
A
over.
little debrief, even though it
A
was
little
late.
Gold Coast
We've been so
trip.
busy, but yeah.
But
that's
yeah,
life now.
cheers for listening, guys.
Thanks for listening. We'll fucking
One other thing before we do head off, we've you might have seen on the socials, we collaborated with Fanware.
Yep.
So
The
we got
t-shirts.
some cool little tees there.
Yo.
Head over to Fanware or find the links on our socials and everything, and go buy yourself a t-shirt.
Help us out a little bit.
Rep the merch. Yeah, go on then.
So yeah, cheers to them guys for linking up with us, and look forward to seeing everyone in a t-shirt, and we'll see you on the next episode.
Go on then.
Peace
Yeah,
out.
well.